Hey guys, in this video we'll be continuing with the Python video series. We'll be finishing up string methods. So in this part of the series, this is the second part of that video series where we went over the username creation and validation. So this is the second part of that. It's password creation and validation. So every time you sign up for an app or a website, you have to create an account online or whatever. This is how they do it. So we'll be going over the problem is at a university, passwords for a computer for a campus login system. You have to make sure that the password has the following requirements. It must have at least one uppercase. Sorry, just go back for a sec. So the password must be at least 7 characters long. Must have one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, and one numeric digit. So you've seen this before. Every time you create a password, this is what it is, pretty much. So I'll show you guys how to do that. It's the same logic between different languages. So if you always wondered how they did that, this is how they do it. So we'll be doing that here. We will be referencing some modules that we created before, so if you haven't seen that, watch the first part of this video in the Python series, or just start off from the string series or whatever. Start off from the beginning of the whole Python series if you can, so you know what's going on. So we've already had, I think some of this code is already written. So I'm sorry, I'm just seeing what we have here. Okay, so we're going to be using the login module, which we already have created, which I'm in already, so this code we're going to skip since we've already done it. We're going to create a new function called def validate valid password or validate password. So let's go with validate password. It'll take a password parameter. So it's going to need some Boolean variables. So we'll go with has length. Apologize, I'm doing this in the dark. Okay, I usually type without looking anyways. Okay, so we have the sun just went down, so I didn't turn the light on. So we have has length, which will set that to false initially. We don't need that semicolon, so we have has length, has uppercase, points to false, has lowercase, points to, actually don't need a, yeah, we'll just leave it like that, so it has lowercase, points to false as well, has digit, points to false. To all false initially, because it's not going to have, the password won't have any of these things, so they're booleans. So we're going to set them to false initially, because that's, we want the switch to be false. To start, you can think of a boolean like a switch, where we're starting off in the false state, because a boolean only has one state, true or false. So remember, it takes a password parameter, so here we'll access the password parameter, so we'll say if len to the length of the password is greater than or equal to 7, then we'll say has length is set to true, right? Because if the password length is greater than or equal to 7 characters, then we're setting this, since the string is greater than or equal to 7, we'll set the has length to true. Then we'll just check a few more things here. So we'll say for I'll say for char in password if char dot is, so it's going to loop through the password. It's going to say, okay, well, if any of the characters is upper, whoops, then we'll say has upper case points to true. Then we'll say, we'll have another if char dot is lower, has lower sets, has lowercase is set to true. If char dot is digit, so if char dot is digit, we'll set has digit to set to true. Also, if one of the characters in the string either is upper, is lower, or is digit, we'll set all the booleans to true, which means that it has the requirements. So we can have some logic here, I believe, outside. Do we need to loop, put this in the I'm just thinking because my notes are not indented at all. I'm reading off Kindle, Amazon Kindle, and there's no indentations in the Kindle book at all, which is the whole book, the whole Python book. If you're learning Python from Kindle, Amazon Kindle, if you got a textbook from Amazon Kindle, or if you've taken notes from a textbook on Amazon Kindle, then pretty much, for some reason, it's not formatting the indentation onto my screen. I'm using the Amazon Kindle Reader for PC. There is a glitch on it then, because none of these are indented. So I'm kind of guessing here, which is fine. So it'll just take me a sec to figure it out, because I didn't run it yet. So we have our if length of the password is greater than or equal to 7, then has length is points to true. I don't think we need to put it in the loop for now. We can always come back and check that. Because either way, if it has length, then it has length. But if it doesn't have any other things, it doesn't have any other things. In this case, we could tell the user what it doesn't have. If we put them all together, then it's going to not be able to know that. So that should be fine. After the loop, we'll have if it has everything. So if has length, we don't need to set these to true. So we could do it two different ways. We could say if has length is equal to true and has uppercase is equal to true. You can do it that way, or instead of setting them equal to true, you can just say if has length. You'll probably see that in a lot of programmers do that. It's up to you whether you want to do that or not. I usually just set them to true. It works easy for me. But if has length, and you could say and has. We've done this before in the Boolean section if you're confused what I'm doing right now, so go back and watch the series. If you're confused. So if basically has length just means has length is equal to true. If we say not has length, then it's asking if has length is equal to false. But you may need to put that in parentheses as well. So if has length and has lowercase and has has uppercase, and has digit, then do we do is valid or validated? Is validated points to false at the top. Then we could have, so if all those booleans are true, then we'll have is validated points to true now. Why is that giving me gray? Variable and function should be lowercase. Is validated. You mean like this? Is it really telling me to change the camel casing out? No? I don't know what that is, but it's giving me some kind of warning. Just wondering what that is. Should be fine. So if it has all that, then is validated points to true. And if this if is false, of course we'll have an else, then we'll set is validated is false still. And then after all that, we can just return is validated. And then after all that, that should be all fine. Def validate password takes a password, sets 5 booleans to false, checks 1 here, sets it to true, checks 3 here, sets them to true if 1 by 1. If it has one of them, sets them to true, checks them all at the same time. So then has digit sets to true, has lowercase if it has lowercase, has uppercase set to true if it has uppercase. If it has all the conditions met, then sets the validated boolean to true. Otherwise, if it's false, sets the validated or keeps the validated boolean to false, or yeah, pretty much that. Then this returns the boolean at the end. Then after that we can go to the main function. So here we can import login. Then we can have a def main. So we'll say password points to, or we can have a user password points to the input function. Enter the password, new line. So enter the password, new line. Then we'll check here if it's validated. So we'll say we'll just call the method basically, or we'll call the function. So we can have a different kind of check here. So we'll have while not login dot validate password, passing in user password. just practice some not logic here. So while not which you'll see. So while not logging dot validate password passing in user password. So then we'll print the password. The password is invalid. Then otherwise we'll have user password points to the input function, enter or re-enter the password. Then here we'll print password creation success or whatever, some kind of message. Forgot how to spell since I stopped writing essays after English 2 and the rest of my electives, which I've already done. I stopped writing essays, so I pretty much forgot how to spell. So you may see me forgetting how to spell like simple words. So anyways, we have pretty much, that's the code. So we can just call main here. Might have to walk through this. Actually, we won't walk through it because some of the loops could be long. So we'll just call main here. We'll print out just a new line here. So I'm going to set a breakpoint right there. I'll save it and then run it in the debugger so you guys can see the output. I'm not sure if you guys could see it last time, but hopefully you should be able to see it this time. So enter the password. Enter a password. We'll just say some random password. What happened there? Okay, whoops, there's a spelling there's a case mistake here. I think that should be lowercase. We'll go back to main, save it and click the debug icon. Enter the password, just do something random like that. This password is invalid, enter the password. Okay, so we said that the password had to contain be 7 characters long at least, contain an uppercase, a lowercase, and a digit character. Okay, so we'll just say some randoms. Letter with a capital F contains a digit, has a lowercase. That should be all. So we'll click on console. It says password creation success, so it looks like it worked. So it has an uppercase letter, has a what was our conditions? Just double check. So it has to be 7 characters in length, so that should be 7. Is upper, so has 1 uppercase character. That's right. Has 1 lowercase character. Any of them. It has 1 digit. I think we have a 1 at the end. And if it has everything, it's validated. If it's not, we could say what happened. We could work on that. We can continue to error check why. What went wrong. Sorry, getting tongue twisted there. So we have, if we have a problem, we could get it to say what the problem was. For example, if we didn't have an uppercase, could probably do that right now. We could say else invalid is false. So we could print. Let's just try this. Print length untypeable long string like length requirement met, but that's gonna take a lot of space. So let's just go with length. We could say the something or one of, or maybe at least one of the requirements. Is that how you spell requirements? At least one of the requirements was not met. Then we could say print sorry, doing this in the dark. Okay, so has length. We'll go shift semicolon, comma, pass in has length. We'll say string has uppercase. Outside will pass has uppercase. Outside the strings will pass variable has uppercase, has length. So for the rest, same thing. Has lowercase, comma, has lowercase. The variable has lowercase. Then the string has digit, comma. So we'll say here we'll pass in the variable has digit. Was that all of them? So only 4 conditions: digit, lowercase, uppercase, or length. I think that's it. Length, upper, lower, digit, that should be all. If it has all, we could even throw in the is validated, but I guess we don't need to. We could print that if we wanted to, is validated, the same way here. We could say, let's see what we have here, what we can do. So we could just maybe throw in actually let's just leave it with that. We don't really need to do that. We could okay, let's just do it. So we have we could have another string is validated, and a string pass in is validated. The variable is validated, like that. Is validated. I could say is password is validated. Which should print out true or false, and then comma, another string after that. At least one of the requirements was not met. So let's go with that. That should error check it. We didn't use a try or a except block, but that should still work for now. So we'll just try it, debug it. Okay, whoops, we're gonna need another breakpoint, I think. Actually, nope. That should be fine, so we'll save it. Run it, enter the password. We'll just go with 123. So password is validated, false, at least. We could have put another comma there, or a semicolon. So at least one of the requirements was not met. Could have put a comma or something, but it says, okay, well, has length is false, has uppercase is false, has lowercase is false, has digit is true. So it tells us what we don't have. So then, and then at the end it said something. I think the password is invalid. So let's just go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Print that out. I'll hit enter. So it says okay. So it says has length true because it has 7 characters. Has uppercase false. Has lowercase false. Has digit true. The password is invalid. Re-enter the password. So that's basically how those kind of things work. It's exactly like this. So we'll just do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lowercase letter. Enter. Password has uppercase false, has lowercase true, has digit true, has length true, has uppercase false, has lowercase true, has digit true. So it's telling us, okay, well we have everything except for the uppercase. The last one, let's just go with the valid entry. Okay, glitching out here. Okay, so we have enter the password. Let's go for one of the correct cases. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A, K. That should be good. So it says, what happened there? Five, 6, 7, 8, A, K. Oh no, forgot something. Forgot the capital letter. I'm not sure if there's we're missing something here, so we'll just go enter the password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Capital letter, lowercase letter should be all. Okay, so it didn't tell us anything. Didn't print out password creation success. Why is that? I'm not really liking the logic here in that while loop. I think it's confusing. Might have to change that. I think we're missing I don't really like the logic from that example, but I don't know if we printed anything. We didn't print anything here just to say that it was successful, so we'll just say okay, my keyboard changed. I have to change something there. Back from symbols. Okay, so we have here, we'll just print out password creation success. I thought we already printed that out. Didn't we already print that out here? Does it only get that on that first or the second time? It's incorrect. So let's go with that. Okay, yeah, so it only gets that message if it's a second time around. So we could have put maybe like a while not outside. We could have put password creation success. I think that logic's kind of dumb. It's from one of the Python resources I have, learning resources. So I think either way, now it should work the first time. So we'll just check the first time. Whoops. Stop, rerun. and the debugger. Okay, what the heck is happening here? Glitching out again. So enter the password. We'll go for a normal first time around. Password creation success. Okay, so there you go. That's the code. Checking errors without a try except block. We could have used a try except block. But that's the code, that's how it works. So that's the end of the string. That's pretty much how to work with strings. Of course, we're manipulating a string, looping through it, checking each character one by one, manipulating the characters and all that, working with them in the string, one by one, character one by one. So we've finished strings. So in the next video, we'll be working on dictionary. We'll be starting dictionaries. That'll be a little bit. At least a week's worth of videos, dictionaries and sets. And then we'll have one final part of the series. We'll do some classes and objects, and maybe some of the missing keywords later on. But then after that, we'll be moving to C#, .NET. So thanks for watching. If you would like to support the channel for more free content, educational content, you can like and subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial, hopefully. And take care.